Hi, my name is Dan Orth, and a while ago I remember reading about autonomous battleships, naval ships operating without a crew. Think about that. No captain or crew on deck, the ship navigates, detects threats, and responds on its own. And I remember thinking in that moment, if we can do that on the open ocean, then what else can we do with current technology? I have spent decades in the fire, security, and life safety industry. I have designed, installed, and serviced alarm systems in hundreds of buildings across the country. And here is what I can tell you honestly, that the industry has not fundamentally changed in 50 years. As a matter of fact, some areas are still using systems that were developed literally 100 years ago called master boxes. Have you ever seen one of these things? A modern fire alarm system will detect smoke and then an alarm sounds. We are all taught that when there's a fire to immediately exit the building. However, I have found that fire alarms today are not treated with the respect they deserve. So what actually happens? Someone eventually walks over to the keypad, assesses the situation, and makes a decision and pushes a button. This is still the state-of-the-art technology in 2026 for this industry. Now let's think about the environments these systems are protecting today. Industrial manufacturing facilities, pharmaceutical plants, food processing and packaging, data centers, lithium battery factories. The hazard landscape has changed dramatically. The complexity has grown. The stakes are higher. And the fire, security, and life safety industry's answer to all of that complexity is the same keypad it had in 1985. I am not the only one who sees this. Last week, a 25-year industrial reliability expert reached out to me on LinkedIn, unprompted. She said that there is a definitive need for intelligent safety integration in manufacturing environments. That is not a sales lead. That is the industrial landscape raising its hand and saying the proverbial, we want better than what we are getting. And that is why I founded Thelos Integrated Systems. And I am developing HESDA, Hyper Early Smoke Detection and Analysis, and Cygnus, our autonomous security response platform. The goal is not to build a smarter alarm system. The goal is to build a system that does not rely on people to respond, analyze, decide, and have to take action. A system that detects threats, understands context, situations, and environments, and responds intelligently on its own, the way that an autonomous battleship would navigate the ocean. My name is Dan Orth. I've spent over 2 decades in this industry. I am not a venture-backed startup. I am not a research lab with 100 engineers. I am just a small business owner and a life safety professional who got fed up with the gap between what is possible and what the industry is delivering and decided to close that gap myself. This channel is the story of how that gets built.